Hello, happy Monday. I'm back and I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? What is up? We're back at it again. Lots of true crime this week. Hello, hello. What is up? Can you guys see me and hear me? Okay, we're going to have a new background soon. Things are changing. Things are changing. But hello, welcome. My name is Melly. We are back today with Madeline Soto case. Yes. I've been seeing things on it all day long, and I have not seen the plea here. I've not watched it. So we are watching it together, and I'm horrified about this case. If you haven't watched the previous content I have done on this, please make sure you do. We have a whole playlist. The Madeline Soto case. Stephen Stearns is the man who abused her as a child and murdered her. YouTube doesn't like the M word, but whatever. And today he has a hearing, a plea hearing, and he ends up pleading guilty and no contest. So we're gonna watch that, and I'm just sickened by this. I feel like with the Brian Kohberger case and now this, I'm just disappointed, I guess, to say the least. I think they both should have got the death penalty. That's just my opinion, though. But anyways, we're going to watch the plea hearing. I'm going to pull it up. Hello, Weddle. Hello, CW. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. I did want to say I am reading the Brian Kohberger book. We are on part 3. I will be back with that tomorrow. The live is already scheduled. Then Wednesday, we start something new. Well, I came up with something that's going to be really good, and I'm really excited about it. I haven't seen anyone do this yet. And then we're going to continue a Delphi case. I'm covering the Delphi case and a few others. And then, of course, if you're into the Hangouts, we do Melly After Darks. You do have to be a member to watch that content, but you can participate in the live. So let's get started. I'm going to pull up the hearing. It's not too long, but let's get started. And honestly, I don't know how good the sound is either. I hope it's good. And cheers. I am having my drink. I'm like, I hope. Oh, there he is. Wow. Disgusting. Disgusting thing. Okay, there's the sound. Ugh, yuck. Ugh, I'm gonna vomit. Excuse me, guys. It's disgusting. You might have to put in your earbuds or turn it up. I know the sound kind of sucks.
William J.
On behalf of the defense.
Alicia Smith. Beth Borden.
Peter Mills. Alex Johnson.
Please welcome my team via.
Wow. This is wild. We're just going to watch all of it. I'm so pissed about this. Amber. I can't even like pretend I'm not like a little bitchy tonight about it. But yeah, like, what the F? Between Kohberger and him, like, what is the justice system for? Who's the death penalty for? If it's not for one of them. Sorry, you guys, if the sound's terrible. Put on earbuds. I can't. They both, Stephen Stearns should have automatically got the death penalty, no chance at even any trial. I know that's not the justice system, but anything crimes against children, I think you're out, dude. I don't think you should live on earth. It's just my personal opinion only. Please do not copy me. YouTube policies. Ew, he's a pig. I haven't watched any of it. So this is the first time, Amber. So yeah, I'm probably gonna break the camera. Just kidding. Probably not. I'm really not though. Ew. Just think of him in the Digimouse, in the books. Ugh, yuck. I can't even believe he speaks. The audacity. I'm having a freak out moment. He looks like shit.
Court has received 2 plea forms, one for each of the cases, CF 1293, 2024, CF 632. Court has also received an addendum to the plea form. Gordon, Ms. Smith, do you wish to walk me through the terms of the agreement?
Yes, Judge, in exchange, Mr. Stearns will be entering a plea,
Oh hell no.
693 case, accounts 1 through 20, will be up to counsel in all process 21 through 60, settlement concurrently with the 1293 case and adjudication of court live concurrent, and then.
I can barely hear her.
Thank you. And state as to the addendum.
I could pull his
I'm going to ask
stupid
the
little
folks that have
ears.
joined us remotely to please mute their microphones.
I want to just I don't know, punch him in the head. Oh no, I'm not condoning violence up here.
Considerations in the addendum to the plea form.
No, Your Honor, we are just incorporating the plea addendum into.
I can't believe this. Ew. I can't even look at him. I can't even look at him. Just imagine being Madeline Soto and you had to deal with this disgusting piece of trash, literally filth, waste of body, soul, skin, human bones, air on earth, literal waste. I don't even get it. I don't even get it.
State of Florida filed a notice of intent to seek the penalty of death. That was on June 7th, 2024. The state formally going to be withdrawing that notice of intent to seek the penalty of death.
After the acceptance of the plea announcement.
Thank you.
I barely heard that. After the sentence of the plea, what?
That announcement be made
Oh,
by the state of
let me turn
Florida.
on closed caption.
Proposed sentence will be the maximum sentence allowed by law.
The proposed sentence will be the maximum.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to enter into this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Ew.
I have 2 plea forms in my hand. One document looks like this. Second document looks like this. They're each plea forms for your respective cases. They each have a signature.
Hey, Gala, good to see you.
On both plea documents. That signature is next to my finger. Can you tell me if that is your signature?
It's hard to tell from here.
It's hard to tell from here. I need to get up and walk. Just kidding. You can't.
Yes, it is.
What your signature and a set of initials after each of the 26 paragraphs on each document, those initials being SS, tell me is that you have had an opportunity to read these documents. Do you have any
Hero
difficulty
vibes, good to
reading
see
and
you.
writing the English language?
I have no difficulty.
And your signature indicates that you are aware of each of the 26 paragraphs and all of the terms and conditions of these two documents. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I have a secondary document. It is an addendum to the plea form. That document is 4 pages long. It appears to have the same initials on the bottom of each of the pages, as well as a signature at the conclusion of the case along with your attorney, Ms. Borden and Ms. Smith. I'm going to ask the deputies to please provide this document to you, and I'm going to ask you to verify that this is your signature.
Yes, it is.
What your
He's
signature
so
on
gross.
this document tells me is that you have had an opportunity to read this document, go over it with your attorneys, and you understand the 13 additional conditions of your plea agreement. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Each of the plea form goes over what your trial rights would be. In 2024 CF 1293, you are charged with the allegation of first-degree premeditated murder. In 2024 CF 632, you are charged with 60 counts. The first 9 counts being sexual battery with a child 12 to 18 years of age.
6 and 9 counts, you guys. What is that? Why are people like that still allowed to breathe? No. Let's not get into you're not God, Melly, la la la. I know it. But it's like, really? 70 CSAM charges and he didn't get the death penalty? Why do people like this get the opportunity for a plea agreement? It's cheaper, I think, for him to be in prison rather than the death penalty, death row. Okay,
Counts 10
big deal.
through 13 being sexual battery with a child 12 to 18 years of age. Counts 14 through 20 being lewd or lascivious molestation. Counts 21 through 60 being unlawful.
I think it's
possession
just
of
60
material
counts,
depicting
not
sexual
70.
performance by a child, 10 or more images.
Your Honor, counts 1 through 8 are sexual battery on a child under 12.
My apologies. Counts 1 through 8 are capital sexual battery on a child under 12. The plea form contemplates in 2024 CF 1293, 1 count of murder, first degree.
60 counts.
Capital offense. Plea form on 24 CF 632 contemplates counts 1 through 8, 9 through 13, 14 through 20. With the representation that the state of Florida is withdrawing their notice of intention to seek the penalty of death upon acceptance of this plea, the maximum potential sentence on 24 CF 1293 would be life in prison without possibility of parole.
Life in prison without the possibility of parole. I'm done. I can't. I'm so pissed off. What? Wow.
Explain to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And 24 CF 632 counts 1 through 8, the maximum potential sentence would be a mandatory sentence of life in prison without possibility of parole. 9 through 13 and 14 through 20 would be first degree felony allegations with a maximum potential sentence of up to life in prison. You understand those maximum potential sentences on that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you have a right to have a jury trial as to each of these allegations? And at the jury trial, the state of Florida would have to prove those allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. At that trial, your attorneys would be with you. They are experienced, board-certified criminal expert trial attorneys. They would be cross-examining witnesses, examining the evidence against you. You would have a right to present your own witnesses and your own evidence. If you had witnesses that did not want to come to court, you could have asked me to make them come to court with a subpoena. You could have spoke at your trial, or you could have exercised your right to remain silent and not spoken. That would have been your decision after you talked those decisions over with your attorneys, and your jury would have been instructed not to consider your decision to remain silent in any way in rendering a verdict. You would have had a right to have your trial recorded and appeal any errors that occurred in the process. Do you understand you are giving up all of your trial rights
Oh,
if the
gross.
court accepts this plea? Because I will be imposing the sentence that you have agreed with the state of Florida to be imposed upon you, and we will not be having a trial on any of these matters. You understand those things?
I understand.
And Your Honor, just for record purposes, counts 9 through 13 are first-degree felonies punishable by life, as the court indicated. Count 14 through 20 are actually life felonies.
These are life felonies with a minimum mandatory of 25 years.
You guys,
Life favor.
if the death penalty isn't for Brian Koberger, who allegedly slashes 4 people's throats to, I'm not sure whatever it was. I don't know now anymore with that case because there's so many things going on. But literally kills 4 people, stabs them to death. And now you have this man who commits 60 crimes that they were able to find of CSAM. I believe he was selling on the dark web. And kills her, and they don't get the death penalty. Like, what? Who is it for? Who is it for? Like, I don't get it. I'm dumbfounded by this.
Required sentence, or would that be a punishable by life offense?
It's a life, punishable by life offense. I just wanted the record to be clear. This court indicated first-degree felonies, punishable by life. I just wanted the record to be clear that 14 through 20 are life felonies with 25-year minimum mandatories.
So the plea form indicates that these are first-degree felonies. These are actually either capital offenses or punishable by life offenses. Do you understand that, Mr. Stearns?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ew, I don't even want to hear his nasty voice.
Is anyone forcing you or pressuring you into make the decision to
No.
resolve your case this way?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made you any other promises other than what has been presented to you as the agreed-upon sentence?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or mental issues that cause you not to understand the decision?
No, but we need to be, Your Honor.
I am not.
You understand if you are not a United States citizen, that entry of this plea would subject you to deportation proceedings.
Yes.
If you ever before had been convicted of a sexually violent or a sexually motivated offense, entry of this plea would have subjected you to involuntary civil commitment at the conclusion of any incarcerative sentence. You understand that's the state of Florida law.
Yes.
Ms. Smith, do you have any competency concerns regarding Mr. Stearns'
Yeah, he's a
fitness to
fucking
accept this
idiot.
plea agreement? Ms. Borden?
No, Your Honor.
Yo, you remember when Taylor Shabiznes jumped over and tried to attack, I think it was her lawyer? That would be me in the courtroom if I was there in that courtroom. That would be me. With Stephen Stearns. You remember when Shabiznes just like hauled at her lawyer
Stearns,
twice?
based on your responses to the court, based on your indicating that you have reviewed this decision with your attorneys, based on your initialing of the plea form and your acknowledgement that you understand all the terms and conditions, rights and obligations on these plea forms, including the addendum. The court is
Hey, abuelitas.
determination that you are alert, that you have had an opportunity to discuss this with your attorneys, that you are making this decision freely and voluntarily and without coercion. Court accepts your plea.
I'm done.
City attorney's.
Why does he get to live in prison and breathe and get commissary and eat top ramen? Why do murderers and rapists get to eat top ramen and kick out bars with their damn commissary? Like, can someone please, if you know someone who's going to be in the same jail, let your girl know. This the people need to take care of him, if you know what I mean. No lie. Melly, what do you mean by that? I don't know. They can give him commissary, they can take him out, they can give him a sody pop, whatever it is. Please, I'm begging at this point. If the justice system won't do anything at all, who will? Who will? Who will? I just want to know who will. I don't understand. The Shabusiness chick looked dangerous. CW, are you saying I'm dangerous? No, I'm seriously. I don't condone any violence except if you're Steven Stearns. And I'm not saying anything crazy. Don't go saying I'm, because I'm not. But for reals, Brian Koberger doesn't get the death penalty. Richard Allen didn't get the death penalty, which that's a shoddy case. That's a whole nother conversation. Brian Koberger and now Stephen Stearns get to live and eat all the top ramen they want and talk to their family. And Maddie didn't even make it to 15 years old. She didn't even make it to her quinceañera. No. He raped her for years, then suffocated her, and then dropped her off on the side of the road like she was trash, like she was cow manure, and tried to hide her with some bushes. Yeah. 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 Now tell me if you want your tax money paying for that trash to eat all the fucking honey buns he wants. I don't blame when people lose their mind after having experiencing something like this, like a parent in a crime like this. I mean, I can't fathom. It's like the movies, you know what I mean? The parent like goes all buck wild and like takes people out themselves because they can't even stand it. Melly, you sound like you're a very dark emo person. I'm not. I just think that an eye for an eye. And Stephen Stearns, what he did is disgusting. He was drugging Maddie while she was sleeping, raping her, and posting it on Telegram, Discord, and the dark web for like 5 years. I just can't. From the ages of like 6 to 13 or some shit. Don't know the exact ages. Hey, Carrie. What is this, a sidebar? I can't even look at his disgusting back of his head with those little stupid ears, like Amber said. Someone will attack him. J5, you know what? Congress should change the Constitution to make first degree. Yes.
24 CF 1293. First degree premeditated murder of Madeline Soto. Mr. Stearns, how do you plea to first degree premeditated murder in 24 CF 1293?
No contest.
And as to counts 1 through 8, capital sexual battery.
I could cry because I'm so angry, but I could cry for Maddie Soto too.
She was under the age of 12. Counts 9 through 13, sexual battery of Madeline Soto between the ages of 12 and 18.
Oh.
Counts 14 through 20, lewd or lascivious molestation. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Prior to sentencing, does the state care to offer any victim impact.
Oh my God. Whatever happened to say it with your chest? Like, say it like a man. You were man, quote unquote, man enough to do what you did. Fess up to it. 60 CSAM crimes, you damn pervert, and you can't stand up there and be like, yeah, fine, I did it, whatever. Really? That isn't a coward, and I'm so unimpressed. Like, really? Stand up there. Say it with your chest, you pig. Like, do it. I don't understand. I don't understand. When I go do something crazy, I'm gonna say it with my chest, and I'm gonna say it up here, where, there, everywhere. And maybe that's why I'm like a little rebel or whatever people want to say. Nah, that's messed up. That's messed up. I can't believe that. Guilty on the CSAM, no contest on the unaliving.
Your Honor, the first will be a written statement from Madeline's maternal grandmother.
Yeah.
Yolanda Zambrano. Today I stand before you with a broken soul. I am Madeline's grandmother, but to her I was not grandma. Madeline always called me mama. She decided that since she was little. And that's how I felt with her, like a second mother who loved her with all my heart. Madeline was a happy little girl. She loved going shopping with me. That excited her so much that it felt like everything around us turned into color. I remember her face lighting up when we went to the stores. Holding hands, laughing together in those moments, we connected, and I felt like she knew she was loved, protected, and valued. At night, we loved to play. It was in those moments, just before bed, that she laughed the most. Sometimes it's hard for me to close my eyes because I still hear her laughter. It was free, sweet, and sincere laugh, a sound I will never forget as long as I live. But that laughter was silenced by a horrific act. The very man who betrayed her trust, her innocence, her body. And if that wasn't enough damage, he took her life. And with her, he killed a piece of our souls. Since then, life has never been the same. Our family is empty and broken. There are days when the pain is so great that I feel like I'm drowning. And every time I think of everything she could have been, everything that was stolen from her, it hurts even more. Because Maddie wasn't just a victim. She was a little girl with a beautiful future, with a unique light, with so much love to give and receive. Today I am here because Maddie can no longer speak, but I can as her grandmother. As someone who loved her with all that I am, I come to ask for justice for her memory, for everything she lived through and should never have lived through. Justice so that no one else has to go through such a horror. I will never forget Maddie, her voice, her laughter, her eyes, her dreams. All of that lives in me, and so it will live forever. My beautiful girl, one day we will be reunited and we will never be separated again. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for listening to me with deep pain and eternal love.
Wow. That was from the grandma. Jen Soto. Wait, you didn't think I was going to let this go. Where is Jen Soto? Because where is she? Where's the mother? Where is the mother that put her in this position in the first place? Where is she? She's still in the mental hospital? Where is she? Because I don't think she is. And if she is, we need to see the proof. Where is she? She is also a coward, and she also needs to get the death penalty or be locked up for life. For reals. That's my opinion. My opinion. Where are you, Jen Soto?
This is a statement from Angelica Negro Guerrero. My name is Angelica Negro Guerrero. I lived with Maddie and Jennifer in the same house for about 2.5 years. Today, I take the liberty of expressing myself not just as a roommate, but as part of the family, as Maddie told me several times. How can I explain how this tragedy has impacted my life? There are so many emotions. I am an immigrant and I have lived in this country for 4 years. I left my country, Venezuela, alone with just a suitcase in my hand in search of a better future. Venezuela has been going through the worst moment in history, run by people blinded by power and money, people who have stolen the future of so many. I've always been against injustice, abuse, corruption, and evil in general. I couldn't picture myself living in a country where I had to witness every single day how a small, corrupt group destroyed countless families and the beauty of my nation. And that's exactly why it has been so devastating for me to experience something so tragic, so close to me after coming here with a hope for a better life. I ended up living under the same roof with a man who took a life of a 13-year-old girl, and with that shattered an entire family. What is the point of having dreams, plans, and opportunities if there is no life? If there is so much evil in the world? How can I explain what I felt and how this has affected me, especially considering that this same man took nude photos of my body without my consent, violating my privacy? I felt invaded, outraged, degraded, anguished, and absolutely shattered. I constantly think that my life was in danger too. I could have died. I am also a victim. And the only reason I'm here to write this is because God is great and I know I'm under his protection. This has affected my emotional, physical, and financial stability. I haven't been able to live with strangers ever again. Right now, I rent an apartment by myself. I pay it with all my effort just to feel safe and at peace. If I already had trouble trusting people before, now it's even harder. I can't imagine even handling a neighbor too close because it gives me anxiety.
This is the victim impact statement from the neighbor, the roommate that Stephen Stearns was caught getting video footage from the bathroom. He was like peeping on her. He was being a predator with his roommate. Yeah.
I tried to get psychological help to move forward, but this is something that will forever remain in my memory and continue to affect me deeply. To this day, I wish I could wake up and realize none of this ever happened, that this was just a nightmare. I wish I could still be spending time with Maddie, making her arepas with cheese and butter like she loved, and practicing our languages together. Me learning English and her learning Spanish. I'll never forget the words she always told Jennifer. Mommy, I would love to learn Spanish so I can talk a lot with Angelica. I think about all the time, and I wish it had been me who spoke English fluently back then. Maybe she would have opened up to me about the hell she was going through with that horrible man. I want justice for Madeline and for all the girls and women who have lived through something similar. I want him to pay for all the pain he caused her and the beautiful family I love with all my heart. I send all my love to the sky to Madeline so her soul may find peace. Angelica. This is from Zamina Zambrano, a cousin to Maddie Soto. To the Honorable Court, we write this letter with broken hearts still aching from the devastating loss of our beloved Maddie Soto. The pain of losing her is something no family should ever have to endure. But the nature of her death, the cruelty, the abuse, the inhumanity has inflicted a level of trauma and sorrow that words can scarcely convey. Maddie was more than a victim. She was a daughter, a granddaughter, a cousin, a niece, and a cherished soul in our close-knit and loving family. To know her was to love her. Her spirit, her kindness, and her light remained with us, even though her life was so brutally taken. She was not only murdered, she was discarded like she was nothing, thrown into the wilderness. That image haunts our minds and wounds our hearts every day. Our grief has been compounded by the public scrutiny and the cruelty of strangers who speculate and judge without knowing the depth of our loss or the strength of our bond. We are a large family rooted in love, faith, and mutual support, and this tragedy has shaken us to our core, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Many of us suffer sleepless nights, constant anxiety, and depression. The trauma has left scars that will last a lifetime. We turn to God for comfort, and we trust that divine justice will ultimately be done. But we also place our faith in this court to uphold what is just and right. Maddie deserves that. Our family deserves that. We beg you to consider the profound impact this crime has had, not just on one individual, but on an entire family and community. Please ensure that the individual who committed this horrifying act is held fully accountable. Justice for Maddie cannot bring her back, but it can ensure that her life and her death are not dismissed or dishonored. Let there be no leniency for this cruelty Let there be no question about the value of her life. Let justice be done. Sincerely, Jimena, please, on behalf of the Zambrano family.
Wow. Impact statements are always really, really difficult to get through.
Ma'am, can you tell the court your name?
My name is Leticia Nunez. I was Madeline's aunt.
Can you spell your first and last name, please?
Oh my God, her aunt.
Letizia. Last name Nunez. Nunez.
Oh, I couldn't imagine standing right there.
To Maddie.
Nope.
When I was 7 years old, a beautiful newborn baby was brought into our lives. And I remember being so excited because I was going to be an aunt. You gave me a sense of responsibility from such a young age because I wanted nothing more at that time than to help take care of you, play with you, and overall just make you a happy baby. You're truly missed every single day. I miss your laugh. I miss your smile. I miss your big, beautiful blue eyes. I miss doing the little things like picking you up from school, helping you with your homework, even though we both hated doing that. I just miss you and your presence. But that unfortunately was taken from us. I have so much hatred in my heart, specifically for the creature that's sitting in this room today. And no matter what happens or what justice could be brought, it kills me that it doesn't bring you back. I would give up my life if it meant having you here with us. Even though I was your aunt, you always felt much more like a little sister to me. Doing your hair for the father-daughter dances that my dad would take you to, letting you pick out clothes from my closet,
What?
doing your makeup and making sure it was very light because your natural beauty was worth more than any makeup product money could buy. I just miss you every single day, and it's left a hole in my heart from the day you've been gone. Your innocence was taken from you, and since clearly that wasn't enough for a certain someone, so was your life. You were the bravest little girl I've ever met, full of love, light, laughter, and as any positive thing I could think of, you were all of those things. I'm so blessed to have spent 13 years with someone so wonderful, and you're going to live on through all of us. Not because of what happened to you, because that didn't define who you were. I'm going to make sure my future kids know who you are, and make sure my grandkids know who you are, and so on. Today I sit here before everyone, and all I can say is that despite what anyone thinks they know, you were so loved by each and every one of your family members, and I know you left this world knowing that. I know it would pain you to see what people have to say about your loved ones, but what I think of it all is that, and what I'd want you to think up in heaven is that it's all just noise. And I find comfort in the fact that we, your family, know you were beyond loved and beyond cared for. I'm so sorry we found out too late. But despite everything that was happening to you behind closed doors, you still remained one of the happiest human beings I've ever met. Someone who loved us deeply and made us all smile. Trying to find light in this horrible situation is very difficult, but one thing I am grateful for is that your last day on this earth was everything you wanted and more. You got the birthday you asked for. Your best friends were able to be with you. We cooked the food you specifically asked for, and overall, I have the memory of sitting outside by my pool looking at you and your friends and just thinking, I'm so glad she's having a great time. And look at how grown up she is. How she's blossoming into such an amazing young woman. I could go on forever, but I just want to leave this here by saying I love you so much, and I miss you endlessly. Everything I do from now on, any accomplishments, any decisions I make, anything that happens in my life, I'm going to do it for you and in your honor. I love you, Madeline Sophia Soto, and I hope you're resting peacefully now.
Imagine having to read that with the killer sitting right next to you. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I think my anger would get the best of me. And not the Melly problem, but with this predator murderer sitting right next to me, I can barely handle it now. And we're not even family. We're just a family online.
Thank you, Your Honor, for, for having me here today. I've known the family for over 15 years. I am best friends with Maddie's aunt and was roommates with Maddie and her mom during the time her life was ended. All of our kids are the same age, so we always try to keep them united and spend as many holidays together. I have years worth of beautiful pictures, birthdays, Christmas, and Easters we all spent together. Those are the moments I try to hold on to as I stand here today. I'm here to express what the past year and a half has been like in my experience. From the moment we found out that Maddie went missing, life has never been the same. Those first 48 hours we set out to look for her, we spread flowers, went knocking on door to door, going to every business down John Young Parkway from Kissimmee to Sand Lake, asking for the public's help. All while seeing my best friend and her family have emotional breakdowns, feeling completely helpless and terrified for Maddie, thinking how could anyone just take her? It turns out we spent almost 3 days looking in the wrong location because Stefan lied to us about where he last saw her. Your Honor, that's the first time in my life I've ever felt true hate for anyone. The following days were filled with more sadness and distraught. We went from searching for a missing person to looking for a body. I had been searching for her as if my son was missing, so it was very difficult to accept that. We spent the rest of the week canvassing St. Cloud until they eventually found her body. Although there was a moment of relief that at least her body was found, that was the last sense of relief I've felt since that day. I was confident I had the power of discernment, but I couldn't even see the evil living in the same house. As details of the sexual abuse and her death came to light, you start to question everything. I even questioned my own faith. Having a full night's sleep became a luxury I could not afford. I was too anxious to sleep, constantly wanting to wake up from a nightmare. It wasn't until I started wishing death on him that I realized I needed help. I started going to therapy to try to deal with the grief and anger of losing Maddie the way we did. I also had to navigate my son's emotions as he finds out the cruelty that exists in this world. Holidays are not the same. The void is loud. It's hard to trust people. I am very guarded. I am hoping that when everything here is said and done, there can be some type of closure, even though Maddie's life can never be replaced. That is the only reason I am here today. As decisions are made, please keep in mind that she wasn't even my child, and I feel this way. I cannot imagine the pain, trauma, and deception that Maddie's family has experienced. I do not wish this pain and suffering on any other child or family. Thank you, Your Honor.
Stephanie on.
Can someone tell me where the hell Jen Soto is? Where is the mother? She's not there to take accountability. She's not there to take him out. She's not there to defend him. I mean, she's just doing nothing. Nothing. You know, there's a quote that I believe in. When people show you who they are, believe them. And I say that for anyone you watch on YouTube, anyone in your family, your friends, your personal life, your social life. And I already didn't need to hear much about Jen Soto, but her not showing up.
Line would like to address the board.
She's so complicit in this that I can't even handle it. I can't even handle it. Wrote a statement. I don't care. Send someone in there to read your statement. A dumbass statement I would even take that, like a stupid little statement.
Online presence. Stephanie, you may unmute your microphone and let the court know how this has affected your family and yourself.
Can you tell the court your first and last name and spell them, please?
Oh my God, she can't even go up there.
Can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, I can hear you now.
It's the grandma.
Okay, hi. Sorry. To the court. Maddie brought a light into sorry. Maddie brought a light into my life that I would never be
able to describe with her outgoing personality and her infectious smile, her infectious laugh. She was so kind-hearted, adventurous, and loving. Now that she's gone, everything's changed.
Can someone like please? I can't. I'm like, can someone just go in there and like take them out? I don't know.
The silence where her laughter used to be is deafening. The hole in my heart is bottomless, and the pain is indescribable.
My heart is like breaking with this hearing. Oh my god.
My family's life has been shattered. What we've endured and what we will continue to endure for the rest of our lives is a kind of pain that I do not wish on anyone. No family should have to lose a loved one in this horrible manner, especially at such young. Her life was taken. Her future. I should say, never see her fall in love, get married, or build a future that she deserved. With her. The smile in her.
Oh, her service cut out. That sucks.
You return it. I can finish reading it, Judge.
I'm so sorry. I'm not in a good place with connection. I apologize.
You may continue. We can
This
hear you.
This vile and heartless crime has not only affected and traumatized my family, but so many other families as well. It has also impacted her friends, all of those who knew her, as well as the whole community. There are nights where I can't sleep, nights where I wake up gasping for air, haunted by what Maddie must have gone through. I am consumed by grief. I carry such an anger that it eats away at me on a daily basis. A depression I never thought was possible. The emptiness touches every moment of every day. And everywhere I look, I see her.
Oh my god, this is heartbreaking.
I hear her laugh in my memories, and then I remember she's gone. And it destroys me all over again. To know what Maddie went through and how terrified she must have been is unbearable. The thought of her suffering haunts me. The cruelty of what was done to her will never stop echoing in my mind. I asked the court for something that I know I could never really have. Justice. Because real justice would mean that Maddie would be here with us and not you. You still get to wake up every day, something you cruelly stole from her and from us. The way you discarded Maddie as if she was nothing and her life had no value is a true reflection of your evil. The suffering you caused her should be given back to you tenfold. You do not deserve peace. You do not deserve mercy. You deserve to carry the weight of her pain every single day, just how we will carry it for the rest of our lives. And let me be perfectly clear. Where you go after this life will not be where Maddie is. She is in a place of peace surrounded by love. You, on the other hand, will never know peace. You will never see her again. You're not going where she is going. You're going to hell. Thank you, court.
Wow.
Stephanie, can you tell the court your first and last name, please?
Stephanie Soto.
Thank you.
Oh, Stephanie Soto. So I thought it was a friend, but it's Stephanie. So is it a cousin?
Stephanie Soto. Did you get it? I'm sorry.
Ms. Soto, we can hear you. Thank you for your statement.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Can you tell the court your first and last name and spelling?
Kimberly Vialta.
She was
Your Honor,
family.
I stand here today to give you a little insight of how loved and how losing Maddie has destroyed my family.
Wait, let's
Although
go
Maddie-
back because I need
Stephanie
to.
Soto.
Thank you.
Ugh. Can someone punch him in the stupid head, please? Because, oh my gosh. I can't. I can't.
Stephanie Soto. Did you get it? I'm sorry.
I would be an animal in there.
For your statement.
Thank
I
you.
have no self-control. Clearly.
Your Honor,
Can you tell the
Wow.
court your first and last name and spelling?
Kimberly Vialta.
Mhm.
Your Honor, I stand here today to give you a little insight of how loved and how losing Maddie has destroyed my family. Although Maddie was not my blood, I considered her my family,
You're fine, witch.
and I loved her like my own niece. Maddie was a kind and bubbly child and was growing up to be the most amazing young lady. She loved arts and crafts, Taylor Swift, and sour gummy candy. I had the honor and privilege of spending many holidays and special occasions with Maddie over the years, and I will cherish those memories forever. I do not have joy or happiness left in me because this monster took that away from us when he killed Maddie. Every day I feel like life is not worth living anymore because such heinous evil exists in this world. There is not a day that goes by where I do not think about all the pain and suffering that Maddie endured. This monster took advantage of her trust and her innocence. This parasite robbed us of every moment we could have had with Maddie,
Dude.
and our lives will never be the same. A life sentence is not punishment enough for what he did to Maddie.
No.
However, it gives me comfort to know that he will spend the rest of his miserable life in prison. I hope he lives a long and healthy life so he suffers every single day. Therefore, I ask the court to not take any mercy on this poor excuse of a human when imposing his sentence because he does not deserve it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. These are very powerful statements. No.
Can you let the court know your names?
Her bio, Dad?
Tyler, what's your relationship to Madeline Soto?
Madeline Soto was my daughter.
Go ahead.
Madeline Soto was my daughter.
Bio Dad shows up, everyone. Bio Dad shows up. But the coward that is her real mother, nowhere to be found since this came out. Nowhere to be found. In a mental hospital. Okay, I get it. We've all been there. Where is she? I'm disgusted. I'm so angry over this. This has shook me more than the Brian Koberger stuff. Like, where's her mother that brought her to this earth? This is her bio, Dad.
She was happiness. She was a joy to be around. She was quirky and intelligent. She was curious. A little forgetful like me too. That happens sometimes, but I just loved her so much. And I was not able to be in her life as much as I would like to, due to circumstances and choices I've made, due to the way finances worked. I was strained in my relationship with my daughter, and that was finally getting better. The last time I saw her was in October of 2023, and she had come to visit for a few days. And when I took her back to the airport, I said, you know, you're turning 13 soon. When you turn 13, you have a choice of which guardian you're interested in staying with. Would you like to stay with me and talk to you? And she said yes, that she would. And so I was this close to having my little girl, sir. Because of the actions of this depraved man, I will never meet the woman she was becoming. And I can't grasp it. I can't grasp the selfishness of you, the deplorability of your actions. You're depraved. You're weak. You're a coward. You're a sneak thief. You crept into a family and took advantage and exploited them when they were weak. It's torn my family apart. It's led to arguments about who can go where and who can get what and who can help who, but we're all on edge because it doesn't heal with time. This isn't like other deaths that I've experienced. This just gets worse. It just gets worse every time I rethink about it and the true horror of what this man visited upon her. And I can only hope that he lives a long time in prison and has those same horrors revisited upon him by his fellow inmates. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
It has no further witnesses.
I can't. Kudos to him. To stand up there and say, yeah, I messed up. We had a strained relationship, and to stay so calm sitting next to someone that did that to his daughter. I have no words. I have no words, literally, for the first time in like ever.
Defense, any input prior to sentencing? If you have additional input.
Can you please tell the court your name?
Okay, my name is Leslie Vajalta.
And how are you related to?
I'm a co-twin of Maddie's family. Most people only know Maddie as the victim of a heinous crime, but I'd like to talk about Maddie today, and I'd like to share some things that I really loved about her. I loved how fearless Maddie was. She was an amazing swimmer. She was a fast learner. The moment she set her mind to something, she did it. That's how she was about everything. She dove into everything head first, and she was so resilient. She had the most beautiful smile. It lit up our entire life. Every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, I was so excited to see her, to talk to her about her life. She's so curious. She's so smart. She could sing. She loved to perform for us. Maddie enjoyed watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Bob's Burgers. She even dressed up as Louise one year for Halloween. And I loved her witty, outspoken personality. She's so funny. And that's how I want everyone to leave here thinking about her, remembering her. She lost a lot of privacy towards the end of her life. And I want her to be remembered by her amazing qualities, not the abuse she endured and the exploitation she endured by her abuser. There's not 1 second of my life that I don't think about Maddie. I'll forever celebrate her in my heart and out loud. Maddie was too good for the world, and she did not deserve any of this. Ever since she's been gone, our family, our joy, everything is destroyed. No one smiles anymore. No one laughs. Most days I can't even leave my house. I feel like I can't breathe. And I'm not even her blood relative. I was just so lucky to be a part of life. He took Maddie away from us. He took away her whole childhood. He took away all her potential that we saw in her, and he took everything from us. And now it's time for him to reap what he sows. This disgusting parasite stole Maddie's youth, her innocence, her life, her joy. He has stolen our sense of safety. I can't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I see his disgusting face. I can imagine what he did to her. I know every detail. I've read everything.
Wow.
I will never bring children into this world because of people like him, depraved, disgusting maggots just like him. He's not the only one. May God forgive him because I definitely do not.
God don't forgive that, girl.
And please ask the court to prosecute him.
I don't care what God you believe in.
Show no mercy. Exactly how he did Maddie. Justice for Maddie. Thank you.
Nah. Satan woke up today and was like, I don't even want that man. Literally. Literally. The Black Lord even said, I don't even want that man. Mm-mm.
Nothing further.
That's any input prior to submission.
Nope.
Yes, Your Honor, we would like
Nope.
to thank the state attorney's office for sparing Mr. Stearns' life. And we do sincerely hope that this will bring closure and help to start.
No, it doesn't, ma'am. No one gets closure. This is not justice. He should have not got the option to choose his life or living in a prison with commissary and working out and getting an education. Maddie didn't even make it to high school. I'm sorry. That's not justice to me. It's really not.
Court has accepted Mr. Stearns' plea of no contest to the first-degree premeditated murder of Madeline Soto and his plea of guilty to 8 counts of sexual battery on Madeline Soto under the age of 12, sexual battery upon Madeline Soto between the ages of 12.
Yes, her mom should serve the same sentence. Let me find Jen Soto on the street. Let me find her. You guys will be watching Melly on Law and Crime.
Your Honor, we will waive the notice of intent to seek death. We will file an electronic null pros for counts 21 through 60. And we are also asking that you inquire about waiving a PSI, just in abundance of caution.
Based on the announcement from the state of Florida, the maximum potential sentence in these cases is life in prison without the possibility of parole, as the notice of intent to seek the penalty of death has been waived. Ms. Smith, as to 2024 CF 632, is there a waiver of an entitlement to a pre-sentence investigation?
Yes, Judge.
As to the remaining case, 2024 CF 1293, is there a waiver of entitlement to a pre-sentence investigation?
Yes, he is not entitled to a PSI on this.
Ew.
The court has had an opportunity to hear the anguish and the fury of shattered families. Everyone in the gallery has had an opportunity to hear the anguish and the fury of community mourning and permanently diminished. Folks joining us around the state and the country remotely have heard the opportunity to hear the anguish and fury of a meaningful future that was stolen and a beautiful promise of Madeline Soto's life extinguished permanently. Stephen Stearns, you have had the opportunity to hear that anguish and fury from your actions.
My God.
As to first-degree premeditated murder of Madeline Soto,
Let me find out. He
adjudicated
opens that
guilty and
stupid
sentenced to
mouth.
life in prison without the possibility of parole. As to the capital sexual battery of Madeline Soto while she was under the age of 12. For each count, you are sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
For each count. 60 counts. It's a hell of a long time.
Sexual battery of
Not good enough.
Madeline Soto between the ages of 12 and 18, you are adjudicated guilty and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The lewd and lascivious molestation of Madeline Soto, you are sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. These sentences will run concurrently, meaning at the same time. The state of Florida has withdrawn their notice of intent to seek the penalty of death. These are the maximum sentences permitted to the court. Each case will have court costs that will be reduced to a civil judgment.
2024 CF 632, court costs are $11,163. As to 24 CF 1293, $666.
Court incorporates the addendum to the plea form as to each plea in 2024 CF 632 and 2024 CF 1293. Not announced. You are adjudicated guilty as counts 1 through 8, 24 CF 632. State any further sentencing considerations?
Yes, Your Honor. With regards to count 14 through count 20 and 24 CF 632, the court sentenced to life in prison. There is a 25-year minimum mandatory with that as well. The state also provided the court with a score sheet which encompasses counts 9 through 20. It includes penetration and contact points as well. A copy of that has been provided to defense as well in the court. I haven't been made aware of any corrections or additions or subtractions.
Do not have a copy of this.
Should be with the plea form, Your Honor.
It's not. I'm going to need a copy of the score sheet, please. Ms. Smith, Ms. Borden, the total sentence points pursuant to the Criminal Punishment Code score sheet are 1,278 with a lowest permissible prison sentence in months of 937.5 months. That doesn't include sexual penetration points of 80 times 5 and sex contact points of 40 times 7. Any errors, corrections, or omissions to the score sheet? Ms. Smith? Ms. Borden?
No, Your Honor.
25-year minimum mandatory sentence as to the counts requiring a minimum mandatory sentence are imposed.
Wow. Ew, this disgusting pig.
Appeal the judgment and sentences of the court. If you wish to do so, you must do so in writing within the next 30 days. You cannot afford an attorney. One will be appointed for you.
I thought he said
Will be
something.
limited to the jurisdiction of the court to impose the sentence. Legality of the sentence itself is a condition of your agreement with the state of Florida. You are agreeing not to appeal the pretrial rulings of the court. State anything else? Defense, anything else?
No, he does not.
He's been previously placed
Is he?
under
Does he literally think we want to hear him speak?
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to make a brief statement. I
What?
agree that it's not fair that Madeline is not here anymore. I still have a hard time contemplating a world where she's not around, a world which feels less vibrant and less colorful than it did before. I've prayed to God countless times to trade places with her,
What?
to take me instead. And unfortunately, that's just not how he works. I have nothing but sorrow for her loss, and I miss her all the time.
You
Her passing has
Soto.
torn me and my family apart as well. And she truly was a joy.
I'm literally having like a baby heart attack. I need
Pray
my
to God that she is in heaven and that he's taking good care of her. And I hope she gets to join the choir because she had a beautiful voice. I will miss her all the
You
time.
guys.
I will never not honor her memory. And I apologize for all the pain.
Anything further, defense?
What?
Conclude our plea and sentencing hearing. We'll be in recess.
I'm sorry, you guys. If you thought for any minute that was a human sitting right there, you guys are fooled. Let this be known. This is a demon walking amongst earth. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Oh my God. What? I need to go back.
I pray to
He's saying he prayed to God. I'm more spiritual than religious, but I grew up strictly religious. And I'm sorry.
Minimum
Excuse
mandatory
me?
sentence are
You prayed to
imposed.
who?
State anything
Legality
of the sentence itself.
God
have a
doesn't
hard
like
time.
people who hurt his children.
I agree that it's not fair that Madeline is not here anymore. I still have a hard time contemplating a world where she's not around, a
Mad.
world which feels less vibrant and less colorful than it did
Hi,
before.
Krelove.
I've prayed to God countless times to trade places with her, to take me instead.
At this point, God will come down from the sky and take him. Legit. Like, yeah, okay. Pray to God. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
that's just not how he works.
No, that's not how he works. You're right. You sick fuck.
I have
It's
nothing
really
but
not
sorrow
how
for
he
her
works.
loss, and I miss her all the time. Her passing has torn me and my family apart as well.
Yeah, because you're going to be in
And she
prison.
truly was a joy.
Hopefully, you drop the soap.
I pray to God that she is in heaven and that he's taking good care of her.
I'm so
And I
angry
hope
over
she gets
this.
to join the choir because she had a beautiful voice.
The voice that you smothered and shut out for 5 years. Wait, oh, she couldn't scream or say anything because she was drugged up on Adderall and who knows what when you were graping her all night long. I'm furious. You guys, I don't know, you two might take this down. I
miss her all the
really don't
time.
care.
I'll
I
never
mean, I
honor
care
her
because
memory,
it's my life, but
and I apologize for all the pain.
you apologize? How about you stand up like a man and, oh, wait, you're not. Say it with your chest and accept the death penalty and say, Judge, no, I deserve the death penalty for what I did.
Anything further, defense? Conclude our
Oh my
plea and
God.
sentencing hearing. We'll be in recess.
My heart breaks for Madeline Soto. Yeah, jail sucks, prison sucks. But the fact that he's still breathing and eating top ramen like you and I, nah, dude. Let me see this disgusting pig face here. What is he doing? Oh my God. What? Throwing up into my mic, onto the computer. Who's that security man talking to? He's like, give me a call, girl. I wish there was like a real monster in there. Just jumped over these officers and just like decked him in the face. He's disgusting. He really thought that was going to help. Oh, I hope she's up there singing in the choir because she has a beautiful voice.
Real sorry for the delay.
What? You freak.
Get started in about 5 minutes.
Not a problem, Judge. Thank you.
I hope God forgives me. No. No one's forgiving you for shit, dude. Ew. I don't like to wish bad things upon people because sometimes they might come true. But in this situation, baby, I say go for it. Not even Satan. That's what I said earlier, Cree. I was like, Satan, Jesus came down from wherever you want him to come, and he said no thanks. And Satan came up as well and was like, no thanks. Absolutely not. I'm so upset about this hearing. Wow. Brian Koberger gets to live in prison and be famous, and we get to get the jail calls, and he gets to eat honey buns and top ramen. The one who killed 4 students, and now the one who prays against a child for 5 years and then suffocates her and then drops her off, like I said, like cow manure on the side of the road. Yeah. People paying tax money. These people get to live in jail. You know what? I haven't spoken on my experience yet, but I will. And sure, no one wants to live in there. But when you have a tablet and you have food and you get to work out and you get to continue your education, that is not justice. It's not. I don't care what anyone believes in. That is not justice. Yeah, well, let's hope so, abuelita. Let's hope so. I'm so sad and my heart breaks for Madeline Soto. I didn't know her. I don't have children. But if I knew her, I probably would have adopted her. And the saddest part is, where's her mother? Where's the person that carried her in her womb for 9 months and literally brought her to earth, gave her life? Can't even show up because she knows she was an accomplice. Hashtag Jen Soto should be in jail as well. Or, like I said, both of them should have got the death penalty. I hope not, Cree. I hope not. Well, I do have a Madeline Soto playlist. We'll probably will be replaying and retouching and rereading some of those documents and stuff. We'll probably touch base on this case again. Definitely not over. And I'm sure we'll continue to hear from Stephen Stearns. I will be doing an After Dark after this. And then tomorrow we will finish Brian Koberger part 3 of the book that I am reading. And then we have something new that I'm going to talk about on Thursday or Wednesday and Thursday. And then we're going to start deep diving the Delphi case, which I have already started, but it is one that has been on my mind. So make sure you guys turn on your notifications. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's hope for true justice for Madeline Soto. Poor, beautiful little girl. My heart breaks. And no justice, no pity, and no grace for Jen Soto. So I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. Thank you for visiting Mellyverse. I will see you on the After Dark. If not, I will catch you on the next True Crime Live. Bye.